Underworld Ministry. What is up? We are back for another investigation. I'm so excited for this freaking next weekend. We are here for another interview. We are here with Christina Westervelt. She has done investigations all over PA, and I've followed her for years. She's been to some of the locations that I love, that I've been to before, so I'm ready to have this conversation. But before we do, I wanted to mention October 25th, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I will be at Fall Fest at Gilchrist County Jail. Here's the flyer for it. So that is in Trenton, Florida, next Saturday. If you see this now and you want to come and say hi, I will have a table, and there will be other paranormal investigators all over Florida. So come and see us and hang out, tour the old jail. But now, let's get to our guest.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Excited to talk to you. Like I said, I've followed you on Facebook for years and get to see all the cool stuff that you've been. Like I said, we've been to some places that we've both been to that I can't wait to get into. But before we get into it, I want to ask the number one question: how do you get into the paranormal?
I mean, like for people who want to get into the paranormal, or how did I get into the
How
paranormal?
did you get into the paranormal? You have like a crazy experience to get you
You know,
attracted to it, or
that's usually I'll give you my answer I give everyone. I really wish I could tell you I had some crazy story about I
yeah,
grew up in some
yeah,
haunted house and this crazy shit happened, and I just didn't. Actually, I grew up watching Ghost Hunters with my dad,
yeah.
and my dad really not that he is an investigator, but he loved that stuff. So we would go to like the haunted house attractions when I was probably way too young, at least these days, acceptably to acceptably bring a child. And then we would go to Salem every year in October, and we'd do Salem Paranormal Society has a like tour. Um and they would like give you equipment, and my that's when my dad actually bought me my first K2 meter, and I actually have it. I'm actually staring at it right now. It's the OG one where you had to stick the coin in. It
Oh
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah. So I guess I got really into it with my dad. And then when I was in college, I joined it was like New Jersey. It wasn't obviously New Jersey Paranormal because Chris and John, we love them. It was like I forgot the name of it, but it was some New Jersey based group. But it was it was a little weird. They did like cemetery hunts and stuff, and it wasn't like they had like meetings at like the town hall in Hackettstown, and um it was like they lost me when they started doing like meetings on Bigfoot and like all that stuff, and I was like, this is just not for me. Like
like
um
cryptid stuff.
I think it's cool and everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and like listen to this lecture about it. Like when I just want to go go
Yeah,
investigating. I don't
yeah,
want to, the people are a little strange, and we know as much as there's wonderful people in the paranormal community, there's a little bit of like some wackadoodles as well. So I feel like that was like kind
Yeah.
of, it was just like all these old people used to show up to these things, and like they were like, the chupacabra, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I
but
saw
then
I saw Bigfoot like 20 years ago.
yeah, it was a little weird for me. And then I feel like I aged really fast after college, and I was like, oh my God, like and when I was in college and like even high school, like you really, I mean, like maybe it was available and it just wasn't as widely advertised, but like I feel like there
Yeah.
were like way less locations that allowed you to like go investigate. Now it's like
Right.
as long as you got the cash, you can book the place.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Um, and then when I started seeing those public ghost hunts pop up, and actually I know we were just talking about this before the show, but I remember seeing one for Eastern State pop up when they were still allowing it.
Right.
And I remember being like, oh, it's till 4 a.m. I can't stay awake till 4 a.m. You know, and then during COVID, I'm just spending a lot of time at home, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna start doing it. Like I mean, I've always dabbled in it. I've always done it like, non n- n- regularly, but I
Right.
got I got really, into it then. Um and I joined a team, and then we reformed another team, and then now I'm just doing the solo thing. um I have so many friends in the field that like, teams are great for people who don't really know a lot of people in the field, and like,
Right.
it's great for like pulling money together to
Yeah.
get locations and stuff. But I feel like I've been at it for like almost 6 years now, so I know so many people. So we just all invite each other places now,
Yeah.
which I like way more. Like I don't like that organized. All right, you're gonna go to this location and you're gonna go to this location, and then like people get all like, why were you invited on this podcast and why weren't we? So it's like it's
Yeah.
like so
Yeah.
I just really like the solo thing. I do stuff with my friends, and it's just way more. It's a hobby. It's, what I mean? Like people take it way too seriously, and not that it shouldn't be taken to a degree of seriousness, but as in some, you'll see in some of the videos that I've sent you to play. I if you ever watch my live streams or whatever, it's just like nonsense. It's nonsense followed by like some cool, like, we'll be, composed at times,
Yeah.
but I've caught some of the coolest things and had the coolest personal experiences while just, bullshitting with people and
Yeah.
not really paying attention. So,
Yeah. I've realized that the more and more I do this show, you get more activity when you're not paying attention. And like I I just know for me being an investigator, I can't be serious for 6, 7 hours the whole time. That's
I,
not happening.
I could barely, you should hear some of my EVP questions.
I feel like we would just have nothing but
Oh,
take
hey,
a bet
John.
for the whack job. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody in this scene has a little bit wrong with them to want to do what we do, but you can always tell the investigators and the people that are into it, other than like the normal people, because then they're like, "Yeah, we're freaked out. I don't want to talk about that."
Yeah, it's you gotta you can't forget to have fun. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people take it a little too seriously, and like who wants to sit there for hours like quietly in the dark, like
right.
and then even though, and as an investigator yourself, that 99% of the time you don't get anything.
No,
And it's just like fishing, and at least at the end of the day, it's like, well, you know what? We didn't really have any activity tonight, but I had a great time with my friends.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's like a little sleepover at a crazy asylum.
yeah, 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 it's great. It's perfect.
But speaking of, well, it's not really an asylum. It's asylum now because of the haunted house and everything. But it's a location I've been to that I love personally. It's a location you've been to that I know you love personally. We've talked about this plenty of times on this show. Good old Penhurst
I
State
love-
School. I love that administration building so much. I don't know if you've been there for the haunted house,
Oh, yes, I have. I've been going,
but
it comes up on my Facebook memories from like 11 years ago.
yeah,
Like, I've
yeah,
been going there for their haunted house way longer than I've been
it is.
investigating.
It is absolutely insane. It's one of the probably the. I used to work at Field of Screams in Pennsylvania in Lancaster, and they would trade VIP tickets to our haunt so we get to go to their haunt for VIP. And yeah, it was the craziest haunt I've ever been to. But how did you end up getting into the investigations? Was that through friends or was that through a team or
Um, well, actually, my first like really big investigation, like I mean, I did before that I did the Shanley,
yeah,
which I've been to so many times, but because I booked a room there, and then I did Mid Orange, which was a public event, and I went with one of my friends, and then um Penhurst was I was first invited there with the team that my first team that I ended up joining.
that's awesome. Now this is probably the coolest picture I've ever seen in the one of the Penhurst tunnels. Um I've
Yeah, that's
actually
not
never been in. I've been in the tunnel, but it was part of the haunted house. So
okay.
it was like the cave area, but I don't know if they still have the cave area now.
I think that's the one underneath the administration building.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You go out of the administration, you go down, and then you go downstairs.
yeah. That tunnel in particular in that photo was the Rockwell tunnel. Which I guess I mean they all kind of run into each other, but
Yeah.
that one's more out by I mean there's I guess it comes out like behind Mayflower and it goes like one of the other entrances now. We used to go in behind Mayflower, but now it was like past the playground. The
Okay.
last time I was there, that's when they put us in there. That's such a horrible picture,
I'm
dude. And
sorry.
it's an old picture. That
I'm
picture is
sorry.
probably like when I first started
I'm
investigating.
sorry. It's the only one I
Like
can
I'm
find in
like
the
30
playground.
pounds heavier there. Thanks, Chris.
We'll just don't look at her. Look at the playground behind her.
I mean, I'm sort of playing.
Yeah.
It is an awful picture, but
I'm sorry.
but the playground it's Penhurst, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
That's what I said. Just look past her to the play. Look at the cool slide. Now, did you guys ever get anything out of the playground area? Did you guys investigate that area?
I've never actually sat in the playground and investigated, but I did have kind of a cool thing happen over there. Have you been in the Devon building?
I have.
So, me and one of the girls, D, that works there, and one of my other friends were walking out of the Devon building. It was like, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning. And normally when I catch stuff out of the corner of my eye, I will dismiss them. Like if you ever had a chance to investigate with me, you are going to hate it because I am the most skeptical investigator that you will ever like a ghost will have to jump out in front of me, do the freaking jig before I'm like, yeah, that was paranormal. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with these places like Penhurst, there's broken windows, there's woodland creatures, there's
Oh, for
bats.
sure. Oh, yeah.
So we all walked out of Devon and all three of our heads just turn. So there again, if it was just me, I might have dismissed it, but all three of us saw something and it looked like a black like shadow figure of some sort came running out of the woods, through the little field, and then, like, there's like the railings right before the playground. So
Yeah.
it looked like it almost like grabbed the railing, like launched over it, and then went phoom, kept going, right? And it happened so fast. And we were looking around, we're trying to look for deer or something, and we just couldn't figure out what it was. And that was really cool. Again, I would have dismissed it as, all right, whatever. Some of my
Yeah.
eyes were playing tricks on me if the two other people that I was with didn't see
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
too, and we didn't even say anything to each other. We just saw all of our heads just turn. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was telling you. The one time that I was there, they it was literally a ball that came out of a room and started coming down the hallway. Like it just ball came out of
hmm,
nowhere. Just no, we didn't even know. We had just walked past that room and I didn't even see the ball in that room.
interesting.
And I've actually been this mural. I don't know how old this one is. If you're gonna yell at me for this one too, but
Did my friend Tim just comment on YouTube? He did. Oh, yep. That was actually for the haunted house. That photo. I wasn't even
so
there investigating that night.
what's up, Chris? I'm actually gonna do an interview with Chris here in a couple weeks, or next Saturday, Sunday, I think. But
Nice.
yeah, that area. So during the haunted house, you can walk through. What is it? The Quaker building. It's like the
That
museum area that you can walk through.
that's Mayflower.
Mayflower. Okay. So me being an investigator and me being at Penhurst, I wanted to talk to the employees and the volunteers more than actually going to
Yeah,
walk
yeah, the
through the
people that
property.
used to work at the actual when it
Right.
was open.
And I was talking to a guy and he showed me a picture on his phone of like one of the old wicker wheelchairs that they have in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a full white figure sitting in the chair that he saw with his own eyes and took a picture of it.
Oh wow.
And it was up on the second floor and it was like a little like I don't know if it was like a trash chute or a laundry chute or something,
Mhm.
but it was like coming out of the wall and there was no doors, right? It was like at the end of the hallway. And as Penhurst, all the windows have cages and stuff in front of them, so you
Mhm.
can't hit the window.
Mhm.
And it literally looked like a head and a shoulder like popped from behind the wall and like looked at us real quick and like went back. And the guy went back there with a flashlight because I thought somebody went under the thing and was like, ha ha ha, I'm trying to scare you type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
And yeah, there was nobody there.
Hmm.
But that's my crazy Penhurst. I love Penhurst.
Yeah,
Um,
it was my number one favorite location to investigate for a long time. And although it's still up there for me, I've been Mid Orange has, I would say, be taken as the structure of Penhurst is cooler, the building, the whole atmosphere of the property, everything about Penhurst is superior, but Mid Orange is really active.
yeah, yeah.
So,
That's what I tell everybody all the time. You have your one spot that you like investigating, but then you have other investigations that don't leave your mind because of the stuff that happened there.
yeah.
More of a that's my favorite.
They teeter. They um it's hard to pick between
Yeah,
the two. Yeah.
yeah. Which being from Pennsylvania, I never got to go there. I lived there for 6 years. Unfortunately, I never got to go to Gettysburg when I lived there, but I'll show a couple photos if you want to
Sachs
explain your
Bridge.
experiences in Gettysburg.
That's Sachs Bridge, and that is one of the spots on the battlefield there. You know, and you're gonna be very disappointed when I say this. And actually, I've only investigated one spot in Gettysburg. And then most of the time that I'm out there, usually not there to investigate. Or I love Gettysburg, and I have a
Yeah,
lot of friends out there. I do investigate the Hoover House a lot. That Pam and
Okay.
Steve that run the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. That's their Airbnb. I'll be back there on Halloween and the night after Halloween for an
That's cool.
investigation. But I did, I forgot the name. During the bash this year, my friend Andy Andrews, he works for Gettysburg, the Ghost City tours,
Okay.
and they have a location that's like right on the edge of the battlefield. Actually, it's an old farmhouse. And I did actually, so I can say I actually investigated in Gettysburg this time.
That's
We did it one of the nights. We were there till like 4 in the morning. And it was really cool. We had, some interesting activity that night. Nothing absolutely crazy, but enough EVPs and like disembodied voices and stuff like that. So and then like the end of the night ended with like Andy being like, "Look, there's UFOs," and I'm like, I'm like, "All
that's
right,
tailgate.
man."
That's tailgate. So I know this is like one of the more haunted bridges in
Yeah,
Gettysburg.
yeah, Sachs Bridge. Yep.
Yeah. Do you get anything out of here? Have you tried to do anything in that bridge or
Honestly, when I'm there, for the bash, basically every night there's like, please, some of them are my friends, so if you watch this, don't get offended. But there's about 30 TikTokers there every night, and all our investigators
there?
as well. So
Yeah.
you really can't do like they'll sit there and try to do some ghost box sessions or whatever, but like you're not getting EVPs, and there's so many people there.
Yeah.
So I haven't really bothered. Um I would like to, probably maybe try. Yeah, it's not going to be riddled with paranormal investigators on Halloween, so maybe you'll be able to
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Now from what I've been told, like the Devil's Den and like just the part of the field and everything, I've always been told at dusk you're supposed to be able to see soldiers patrolling the field and walking through the woods and everything. Is that true or
I'd love to be able to tell you, but now over the past few years, they don't allow you there after like dusk. So
uh,
once it starts getting darker, you're no longer allowed anywhere on the battlefield, which really sucks.
got you? Like I said, I've
Yeah.
never been there. That's what I've been told by like locals in Pennsylvania and
Yeah.
everything. But
Yeah. And they have like the actual like park rangers and like police
I was going to
actively
say, I'm sure
patrol.
that's fully patrolled. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's like it's really not feasible
yeah.
anymore. Which
That
stinks
just
because there was a point they allowed you like up until a certain time, but you were allowed on the field at night, but not at all now. As soon as it even starts getting dark, they're like, get out of here.
is it just due to popularity or
I'm sure there's all sorts of like hooligans that
the the,
probably,
the one person ruins it for everybody?
yes, that's usually how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But going back to our conversation before the show, Eastern State.
Yeah.
See, the pictures are getting better. They're getting,
Yes. It's more acceptable. That is a beast of a place. I really wish
it
I wish I would have had the opportunity to investigate there. I love it there. That's another place that's like really like intoxicating to be on the property.
is.
Just the structure, the history, everything is just so cool about it.
So I don't know if anybody's ever gone to Philly and done the day tour of Eastern State. They give you this little keypad and they give you headphones and you can walk up to certain places in the prison and you can hit the code and it tells you a little info about that place. Um, but as soon as I walked onto that property, it literally felt like something jumped on my back or my chest,
Yeah.
or it literally felt like I was carrying a duffel bag the whole time I was in that area. And as soon as I left Eastern State, it went away. So I don't know. I know I'm a sensitive to paranormal. I have experiences pretty much my whole life, but that's that's one area that I instantly, like, I had to like catch my breath a couple times. I don't know if it was just the energy that soaked into the stone from like all the crazy stuff that happened there, or I don't know. But I love Eastern State. I wish they would do investigations and stuff still, but
I know, it's so dumb. They could make a good, I mean, I guess they make so much out of the tours and the haunted house that they just don't need the extra money from the
yeah,
investigation. I always said, I mean, I'm never planning on getting married. But if for some reason I, lost my mind and wanted to, you can rent it out for like events.
yeah,
And I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna pay you all of this money to get married here, but you have to let me
yeah,
investigate.
yeah. That's my after party is an
Yeah,
investigation.
you have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
I don't
paying
need a
you a
reception.
lot.
I don't need any of that. Just
No, it's just
yeah,
no. I actually
yeah.
took one of my best friends for her bachelorette party. I rented out Penhurst for.
Dang,
Yeah, I was the maid of honor, and I rented Penhurst for her
I
bachelorette party.
I want to be part of that wedding. Yeah, they have a chapel there that you can get married in.
Yeah, yeah,
It's probably the only building that's not falling apart.
yeah. Right.
But maybe that's why you can't investigate it. Because I know when I was talking to the guys, they're like, we're kind of just letting it go, which is really sad because it's an amazing. It is a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the coolest place I've ever walked through during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But we
So
have a couple more video or photos, but I want to get into a couple of these videos that you sent me. Um, should we start serious or should we start silly?
whatever you want to do.
All right, we'll start silly.
Okay.
So we'll play the video and then we'll have a conversation after.
Okay.
Stripper bolted such a jackass. Okay, that was tough. That's freaking scary.
Remember, you said this.
Oh, I told you. I was like, I'm gonna send you the most ridiculous videos ever. And I did I drop the ball?
No, no, forget it. That's awesome. So is
That's the
that just
one of two videos. I went back like a month later and did the same shit with other people.
was that just a cart that was there? You
It's
guys
a
found
little
it, or
it's a yeah, it's in the mess hall at Mid Orange Correctional Facility. The pedals don't work. But I just have this weird need to sit on it every time I go, and for some reason I always end up pushed around, and it's ridiculous, and it's great. It makes for great memories.
so you can just pedal? You can just have somebody push you through the holes in it.
That was the joke. They were trying. When they wanted to get me out. So there's the schoolhouse at Mid Orange, which is the big building, and then they have the mess hall. And then they have the A3 building, the A4 building, and that's like all what's around the soccer field. And then the past year or two, they finally opened up. They used to not let you back there, but there's like 15 other cottages. I personally did not go out there. Because they're far. I did wander in a little bit to the B1 building, I think it's, or I might B3. I don't remember which one it was, but that was the actual building, one of the cottages that the kid had hung himself or supposedly hung himself. They're not really sure if there was foul play involved. Um, but past there's like 15 more of them. And I mean, the other building was like the B1 was like covered outside of poison ivy. So I can only imagine. I can only imagine what the other ones looked out there, but it was far. It was like a good quarter of a mile away. And I obviously, with my physical situation, I
Yeah,
couldn't make it out there. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was just missing a bunch of poison ivy. Um,
Dang.
So my friend, a few of my friends did go out there, and they said it was really cool. And I think my friend Vic left his his little lawn chair out there by accident and realized it at the end of the night. And he's like, it's too far. I'm not
Yeah, I'm
going
not going
back
to get
for
that.
it.
I'll
He's
get it
like,
next time I'm here. That's
yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. But what kind of building was that? The
Um,
man's
mid orange.
oh, mid orange. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. It was like a rehab facility. And then it was I don't know if that was before or after. It was like a almost like a troubled, like I want to say almost like a juvenile like detention kind of place.
Okay.
And then after that, it was a like medium security or minimum or medium security prison.
Okay.
So there's no like the doors. There's not like cells. You know what I mean? There's
Right.
doors, but there's not cells. It wasn't like high security or anything like that.
Got ya. Now, what kind of stuff do you get in there? I know that you said this is one of your favorite locations.
Yes. So actually two of the videos I sent you were from there. So I've gotten like really a lot of EVPs there. A lot of EVPs, a lot of equipment hits. My friend Sarah Bentley, she was in one of the buildings when I was in the schoolhouse with a few people, and she was in A3. And I actually sent you a video of that as well. I stole her video with, I'm sure, permission, but it was like so funny and good that I had to share it. um they came running back afterwards, and they're like, you guys have to see this. But they actually got a disembodied voice.
Wow.
And it was just the two of them in A3, and they were like, hello, and they were knocking, and you kind of hear like a little bit of a knock, and then you hear hello. And they both heard it with their bare, their ears.
Yeah.
And they just flew out of that building so fast, which is funny. Because I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing. And the only reason I say that is they have a gate there, but like they leave they close the gate that you can drive into like when once everyone leaves the
Yeah.
soccer field, but they leave the walk-in gate open. And I'm pretty sure like the property is huge, and I'm pretty sure that there's areas that the living can get into. So I would have been freaked out because it was so like you could
You don't
hear
know.
it. You could
Yeah.
hear it. I would have been afraid it was a human.
Yeah.
um because it was like you heard it. It was just like hello. And they were like and she's like, and you just see Sarah running with the camera, her phone's like hanging, and you just see the gravel. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, babe, you sure that wasn't your stomach? And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no.
If your stomach says hello.
Yeah, like they were very freaked out. So that was really cool. You just get all sorts of activity. I had when I was with my old team with a few of my friends, we had someone like rush up on us, like not alive, when we were in the basement of the whatchamacallit, mess hall. Like there was like 6 or 7 of us standing down there in the dark, and you just heard like scuffling like on the pavement, like
Yeah.
and we all like freaked out because we thought someone was rushing us, and there was just nothing there. The place is active. There's been and I usually at this point I've been going there like 3 or 4 times a year now. Um
And say I know
and
you go a lot.
it's only an hour for me, which is very convenient,
That's
and I'm
nice.
very, very fortunate, and they're very reasonably priced. Very reasonably priced. Especially if you have like a group with you. It's just, compared to a lot of places, it's like pesos.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a cool spot. I love it there. I feel like I always get a little something when I go there.
Yeah. That's awesome. I want to make sure. Um, trying to find the video that you were talking about. I might get a couple videos wrong. I think it's this one. I'll play a couple seconds of it.
Yeah.
Is my transportation.
Oh, that's not it.
That's
But
Is my transportation for the day. Yes. No, not really. It doesn't move. I mean, if you might be able to like push me.
And I'm sitting there thinking about it. You have to steer.
I don't think steering or. Oh, it does. Oh, my feet are by the. Ah!
Keep
Oh
steering.
God! Oh God!
There we go.
Oh no! There's a freaking a nip. There's a nip bottle over there. All right, that's enough of that. Whoa! I'm a professional paranormal investigator.
Turn the other way.
Where? Which way? I don't know which. Did you?
Wheelie.
Oh God!
Watch.
Oh, my God. I didn't even realize.
First time driver.
I forgot I had to steer. Tim's gonna have a heart attack now.
I love the X-Files music behind it.
that was I think that was one of the music boxes in the
Oh.
background. Yeah. Did I don't know if it was in the clip or not, but I think I slipped in I'm a professional paranormal.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that
Well,
was in the mess hall still. Yeah.
yeah, we'll get to that video. We'll find it. We have a couple more. You said that you like going to the next location a lot. Where is this in Pennsylvania too? The Shanley?
So the Shanley is in Napanoch, New York.
Okay.
That's about also like an hour and 20 minutes from my house.
Wow. What part of Pennsylvania are you in?
I'm in Jersey.
Oh, you're Jersey. Oh, you're
Mhm.
Jersey.
I'm North Jersey. I'm about 10 minutes from New York City.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately.
I thought you lived in Pennsylvania. My bad.
No, all good.
So, what kind of stuff is? You said this is like an Airbnb type of situation.
Well,
Or?
no, the Shanley is purely, yes, you can stay there, but you don't stay there because you want an Airbnb. You stay there and you rent, like, they'll either do, like, you can rent a room and they'll do public investigations, or you can rent the whole place out. And it's not something that you're like, oh, I just want to stay at a nice hotel, because it's very original. They've been doing, renovations, and it looks beautiful comparatively, but it's very, very old. So the Shanley is really cool. I've had a lot of really actually, I think I've had one of my most disturbing experiences as an investigator there.
Is that
But
more of like a classic haunted house type haunting to it, or?
so it's got a lot of history. My friend Stephanie works there, which is she's in some of the videos of us running away from bats. uh it was like a big mob, like speakeasy, kind of
Okay.
like bootlegger kind of thing going on there. There's a lot of supposed spirits that are there that come through. Some of them are ladies in the night because there's a bordello area. Some of them are mobsters. Some of them are like the former owners. um but
So it's kind of more of like a hideout, like in the middle of nowhere type of situation.
yeah. I feel like it maybe wasn't in the middle of nowhere, but it it was like it was a lot of passer goers, like people,
Okay,
like it was a hotel. It was a hotel, and people came and went, and there was a lot of people that came and went.
got you. Now, as you could tell from behind me, I love haunted dolls. I own a couple of them.
There's a lot there.
couple 5 or 6, but is there just dolls everywhere, or is
There
it?
was a lot more. There used to be a lot more. I have to ask Stephanie what happened to all the dolls, because she used to, one night I came there and she's like, hold on, I gotta go to my car. And I'm like, what? She's like, I got like 2 bags of dolls I have to bring inside. I'm like, what?
Wow.
She's like, someone was just giving them away, so I just gonna bring them here. I'm like, hey man, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Do you guys get any activity off the dolls, or are they kind of just there
Um,
for aesthetic? Or
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anything particularly comes off the dolls, but I've had like a lot of like I've had a lot of activity there, and honestly, one of the times I stayed there, it was like 4 in the morning, and I was sharing a room with my friend Christina's son, who was on our team, Anthony, and he was already sleeping by the time I got back to the room, and I was staying in the Rose room. So if I do stay at the Shanley, which I don't stay over a lot anymore, I usually drive home just because with my back and my leg, like I just like
yeah,
I like being my own bed. So
right.
if I'm within 2 hours of somewhere, I'll usually drive home just because I guess I'd rather be miserable in my own bed than you know
Yeah, yeah,
but so the one this is like years prior to that happening. So I went into the room at like 4 in the morning. He was already sleeping in the other bed, and I got my pajamas. I took my makeup off, and I got in bed. And the year prior, I had stayed in that same room, and I heard something walking around. That's the only room that has its own bathroom, and I heard something walking around the bathroom for hours that night than the year before, and you just heard tap 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 tap, and then the door creaking, and I laid there for like an hour listening to it. And then my friend Megan, who was staying with me that time before, woke up and she's like, Christina. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you hear that? And I'm like, yeah, I've been I've been listening to it for like an hour. Um, so flashback to a year later, I'm staying in the same room with my friend Anthony, and I f- I set my camera up. I pointed at the bathroom that was right there next to the bed, and because I knew I had activity there the year prior, and I went to bed, and like I woke up like an hour later, and I looked, and it was dead. But those Sony Handycam whatever, so like it was like a
yeah,
full spectrum hack, but those batteries don't last more than an hour anyway. So I didn't think anything of it, and I tried to go back to sleep, and um at some point I woke up, and I couldn't move. I couldn't sit up. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't scream. I went to yell for my friend Anthony. I just had like full on like sleep paralysis type of
yeah,
situation. And it felt like, something was like pressing on my chest. It just felt like weight on my chest. And I started to panic a little,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then after, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, you can't really have any type of concept of time when that
Right.
shit's happening
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you. And I've never had, like, some people clinically suffer from sleep paralysis, but I've never had an issue with that. Um, finally I was able to sit up, and I was just like, what did that happen? Was I sleeping? Was I
yeah,
dreaming that?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
but like I don't remember waking up, I remember just being awake already, and I just didn't know what to make of it. So I put my sneakers on, I put my hoodie on, I went downstairs to the common area, and this was like 6 in the morning at this point. That's it. So what, 2 hours had passed, and I went and I sat down there and waited for my team. I sat there for like 3 hours waiting for the rest of my team to wake up, and I was just like I was freaked out, but at the same time, I was like so fascinated because like this is like the shit we're there for,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for
But I
sure.
just didn't know what to do. I was like, did that really happen? Like what was that? I've never had that kind of experience before, and I've never had it since. Um but yeah, that was like my most like startling. And I don't spook, I'm like the type of person that I'm like, what's the most haunted, supposed haunted section of this location? Can you put me there by myself? Like, come back
Yeah,
for me for an hour, like
that,
I'm fine.
that's
I'm fine with it. I go through like I mean, granted it's different, but the haunted house attractions. I just went through the whole blackout haunted house by myself. I couldn't see
yeah,
shit. And I'm fine with it. Like I don't get but yeah, it was messed up.
that's crazy. I've never had anything like that. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, that's a situation that you can definitely, like I said, you have locations that like it just sticks in your head. I'm sure you'll never forget that one.
No,
That,
I've had a lot of really interesting shit happen there. I had just on a side note, like, and out of curiosity too, professional curiosity, professional.
yeah,
Um,
we're all professional
I hate
investigators.
that. I hate when people say that. I'm like, just stop. Just stop. Um, so I was there back in June, about a week after Charger, my pet skunk had passed away.
Yeah,
And one of the other videos I sent you was from that night. Um, I didn't catch this part on video though, but my friend Jenny has it on her body cam. So we were upstairs on the top floor of the Shanley. Now that floor is not finished. It's original. There's no heat. There's nothing, right? And we were walking around and like I kind of walked through like something and I was like, Stephanie, I'm like, is there like spider web on me? And she's like looking and she's like, no. I'm like, oh, that's weird. So we're walking around and like and I feel it again. And it was the most bizarre experience ever. Like we've all experienced that weird spider web, like
yeah,
whatever. But
yeah,
I all of a sudden I felt like this mass of like you can stick your arm into it. It was like um e- static electricity, but like you would stick your hand into it and it would feel thick. Like you ever walk outside on a really humid day and you could the air's thick. So
yeah.
like you would stick
I
your
live
arm.
in I live in Florida. That's every day.
Yes. So you could literally stick your arm into it. It was like this thick air and it felt like you were taking a balloon
Yeah,
and going like this on your arm, like
yeah,
that kind of static. And you could literally stick your arm in and stick your arm out, and you would go like this, and it was just like big masses, and then it would dissipate, and then you'd walk around the room some more, and like all the rooms upstairs, and you could feel it, and it was moving around, and like I mentioned it to Stephanie, I mentioned it to my friend Jenny, and they all could just literally come over, stick their arm in it and feel it. So it was the most weird thing. I've been to the Shanley so many times over the years. I've never had that happen, and I've been there since then, and I was not like that at all. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know how to like explain that, like logically,
yeah,
scientifically. Like if anyone's ever had that type of experience, or I haven't even heard of anyone that's had anything like that type of phenomenon happen.
yeah.
But like I mean, please reach out because I don't know what to make of it. I've never felt like that, anything like that.
Wow, that's crazy. I know we have a little bit more time together, so I want to play a couple more videos.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be 9:30 on the dot. Just not.
Yeah,
I'm
no, no, I got you. I got you.
sleepy, Christina.
Actually, I was gonna mention something. Was I know you lost your Skunk Charger? Was it the Shanley? Because I know you were. I saw a video of you standing outside, and a skunk come walked up to you. Was that at
That
the Shanley?
so that was that night that I just told you about,
Yeah,
and
that was like
after
a
that,
week after Charger, right?
yeah. So, yeah, it was weird. I almost lost my mind
Yeah,
when that happened. That skunk, that one video, he just walks right up to us, and like they don't do that. Like unless you've been like feeding it for
yeah,
years, like they don't just wild skunks just don't walk up to you unless they
right.
know you. And I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
It really it was weird. It was
maybe that
just
was maybe that was Charger saying goodbye.
I know that's what everyone was saying. So
Yeah,
it definitely I definitely cried the whole way home that
yeah,
night. I
yeah,
was it was very emotional.
yeah. I'm sorry. I know
So,
I've never had a pet long enough to lose it yet, and I'm not looking forward to that.
so
But
awful.
let's get into one of these videos.
Okay.
If Sean whistles,
Was it like a... Yeah, I heard that. And then the fucking bell goes off.
Thank you so much. That was you. You can't whistle, but good try.
Can you do me a favor?
You can definitely hear something before the bell goes off.
It's like a like you hear like some
Yeah.
sort of breath, and it's not the most impressive. The video from Penhurst that I sent you with the counting, that was my most impressive EVP I've ever caught. But like I said before the show, we caught that weird breath, and then immediately the dead bell goes off. So it was like, maybe that was something.
Huh. I have a dead bell coming. I'm so excited to use it.
Yeah, it's kind of
But
cool.
I
See, I'd
think
be
that,
more impressed if I had like a regular bell and it went off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like those are cool or whatever, but like put a regular bell out there. If that goes off, I will like die.
You know, when I was with my ex, we had a cool idea. She got those little buttons that you like dogs hit, like feed me water,
Mhm,
go
mhm.
outside type thing. And we've not used them yet, but I found a couple today. But we put our own recordings on it. Like we did like Tiptoe Through the Tulips and like 1920s, 30s music because that's around the vicinity of the jail that we were going to. We actually never used them, but yeah, if something could touch that and make that music go off,
Mhm.
you have to touch it for it to go off.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
that's how I am with equipment now. Like I stopped using a lot because I I'm more impressed by audible EVPs and or
yeah,
stuff like that than just like electromagnetic,
right,
field stuff. Although it's like I don't write it off. I think they're still pretty decent for like supporting again, like that video and
right,
it's supporting, personal experiences.
right.
But
I don't. The way I review evidence, like if say the dead bell, I'd be going forward and backwards over and over and over to see if I did catch anything right before that went
Mhm,
off.
mhm.
Just to see. I don't know if anybody else does it that way, but
Yeah. But
in
again,
my,
like I said,
yeah,
mid-orange.
yeah,
Again, that's actually the second audible, like disembodied type voice that we heard that night.
wow,
The place is cool. I really like Mid-Orange. Mid-Orange Correctional Facility is really cool.
awesome. I think I have the countdown right here. I'll play that.
Oh, Penhurst.
Can you finish my order of numbers, please? 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10.
Did somebody say 10 behind you, or was that a recording that said 10?
That was someone said 10, but it wasn't any of us in the room.
Yeah, you could clearly hear somebody say 10.
And you should have heard me after we listened back. I was like, 10 of you was free say 10. They're like, no. I'm like, are you freaking sure? Because this is crazy. If one of you didn't say 10.
Yeah,
And they're like, no, it wasn't us. And I was like, shit, that's really freaking good.
that is really good. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's freaking cool. I want to play that one more time. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, can you finish my order of numbers, please? 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10.
You can definitely tell it's like a deep, gravelly voice.
Yeah, it sounds like a male voice.
Yeah. Wow. And anybody that watches right now, I don't watch any of these videos when they send me these. These are all blind reactions, so I don't get to hear any of this until I play it for you, which that is crazy. I heard 10 right away.
Yeah, and like I said, I had obviously did a immediate playback on my recorder,
Yeah.
and I caught it on the recorder. And I was like, "That's crazy." And then the next morning, I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, "Let me watch the live that I did," and I was watching the live, and I realized that it came up on the live too, and I was like, "Shit!" I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's really cool."
Now, what part of Penhurst was this? Where was
So
this?
that was on the third floor of the Mayflower building, which happens to be,
Okay.
I think, one of the most active
Yeah.
spots on the property for me. There's something at Penhurst when you're on the Mayflower, which you've been to Penhurst, right?
Yeah.
You've investigated Penhurst though, right? Right?
No, I have
No.
not been able to investigate it yet.
So something about the top level of the Mayflower is like there's like the one side, and then like it's almost like a V, right?
Yeah.
You go up the one set of stairs, and then um when you're on the one side of the building on the top, you'll hear noises coming from the other. And then when you go to the other side of the building to check it out, you'll hear noises coming from where you just were.
Yeah.
So it feels like something always like kind of plays with you up there.
Yeah.
Um, it's and then there's also a video of us dodging bats on that third floor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, we were doing a virtual like a virtual investigation a couple weeks ago with Eloise,
Oh,
and
cool.
they were doing the same thing up on the third floor live while we were doing the investigation. Yeah, the one side would do it, and they would go over there. Like we hear footsteps over here,
Mhm.
and they run over there, and it would be over here again. So I don't. I feel like they had. I feel like that's like playtime for the spirits.
Yeah, I mean there were children.
Yeah, yeah. Even if they were adults, they were children. Yeah,
Yep, that too.
yeah. Let's get into another video.
Oh, the rest are
Try to go into that room. Aim for that room. And then move up, like we did.
Uh,
that's one of the many videos of us running away from. And I love bats. I
I
love
love
bats.
your little fucking crypt walk out of it.
I love bats, but we were in the infirmary at Penhurst, which is off the main property. They
Yeah,
actually carted us over there, and they were this the hallway, and we were trying to get to this one room, but
yeah,
we had to dodge them. Um, yeah. I love bats. Like I'm not like afraid of bats. I'm actually vaccinated for rabies since I was a vet tech. So I'm not, I just like, I don't care what, it could be a freaking butterfly. I still don't want it flying at my face, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Um,
That's funny.
yeah, there's a lot of
I haven't had that experience yet of something flying at me. Actually, yes, I have once, but we'll get off of that. We'll have that conversation off air. But we have one more location that I want to talk to with pictures.
Mhm.
Because this property looks beautiful. The
That's the
Hoover House.
stuff. Yeah.
What kind of
So
stuff do you get in that? Because I see that it's a bed and breakfast also.
yes, so that is Pam and Steve Barry. They run the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. That's their house, which is an Airbnb, and they opened a winery actually there as well now. And the place is beautiful. we had, I've been there a few times. I haven't had a lot of crazy experiences there. We did get a EVP where we asked, sometimes I like it's like the counting, or like sometimes I like to ask the spirits to say words, so I know that it's like intelligent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and like completely weird random words. Like, so that night we asked them to say peanut butter, and we had a recording, EVP, and after we were like, can you say the word peanut butter? And we played it back and they were like, peanut butter.
Wow.
So we've gotten some EVPs there. That was years ago. I'm not even really sure where those went, to be honest with you. But the place is great. The place is beautiful. I can't wait to go back. I'll be there for 2 nights at the end of the month. Um,
I
so
was
it's
actually just
definitely.
I was actually just watching something. I don't know if you've ever watched Kindred Spirits with Amy and Adam.
Yes.
Um, they were doing an investigation on another property down the street from the orphanage in Gettysburg, and so they were doing an Estes method, and Adam was saying, if we can go from here to the orphanage, the word that I want you to say is purple. And they went from that property to the orphanage and did an EVP, and was like, what is the word that I wanted you to say? And in the EVP it says purple twice.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
like
that's
they
really
kind of
cool.
came to a thing that the spirits kind of just go wherever they want in Gettysburg.
I believe it. That place, it's amazing because Gettysburg is like every time I go there and you're on the battlefield or whatever, it is so peaceful and beautiful and just intoxicating to be in Gettysburg, which is so ironic because of knowing what happened there, how much bloodshed and crazy stuff happened there.
Yeah,
But I love it there. It's like I eventually want to move out there. Like it's about 3.5 hours for me, three, depending on traffic. And eventually I'd like to move out there. It's just so nice.
how far is that from Penhurst? I know Penhurst is in Spring City.
Like I want to say maybe an hour and a half.
Well, that's not bad.
No.
I know I was about hour 45 when I lived in Lancaster from
Hmm.
Penhurst.
Yeah, it
So
sounds about right.
that's that's pretty cool. I never got to go there. I went to
Yeah.
Penhurst. I went to Centralia, which was really fun.
Well, you should come up to the event of the year next year and go to the bash.
Oh, the Penhurst Oh, I want to.
Well, no, they Penner's Paracon's cool, but you gotta come to my friend Bob. Actually, if you saw in the one video with the bell going off with the breath, um, the little skunk stuffy is actually my friend Bob and Gina. They run the Penner's Paracon. They help
Okay,
out. They get all the guests and they help out with that. And they own Vortex Ghost Gear, and they make trigger objects out of stuff like stuffies,
that's
and they usually do dogs and cats or whatever. But I had gotten my friend Bob a skunk stuffy, and I said, can you make one out of the stuffy for me? And he made it for me. So that's what, if you ever see in my videos the skunk stuffy, it's a trigger object, so it kind of works like a REM pod.
that's awesome. No, I have not seen that yet. You have to send me a picture of that. That's cool.
Mhm.
I think we're here. We have a couple more videos.
Mhm.
I don't want to go too far over.
Hello? Was that your stomach? Was it?
No,
It wasn't?
no,
Baby, stop. No, it fucking wasn't. Was it?
that was not my fucking stomach.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was it? Are you sure?
I'm not fucking kidding.
Okay. We didn't even shut the door. That's okay. You promise though?
Yes.
It sounded like a, right? It sounded like it was right next to us.
Sounded like hello.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was right next to us. Okay. Just one more time. You promise that wasn't your stomach?
Baby. Yes.
I mean, I heard you right after go. What the fuck? Alright, well, we got what we can do.
I'm gonna stop the video real quick. I want to listen to the beginning
That
of
was,
at least
that's
the
pretty
part.
much it. So you don't have to pay. Like the rest was them
Yeah.
just freaking out.
I just wanted to see him freak out, but I want to actually try to hear it.
Yeah.
Hello? Was that your stomach?
Yeah, you definitely hear hello. Very muffled, but yeah. As soon as
Yeah.
she said it, it's right away. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I had to turn my speaker up on that one. That's
Yeah. That was that night at Mid Orange. The same
Yeah.
night we got the breath with the bell going off and
wow.
yeah, Mid Orange is kind of like I said, it's a little oh Joe. That's my friend Joe, the bat guy.
Hi,
Yeah.
Joe. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Joe, he has a wildlife conservation center over here. And he's got fruit bats and all sorts of
That's awesome.
animals. Yep. So we go on bat walks instead of ghost walks. We go on bat walks.
That's cool. Yeah, I was just at my friend's. She stays an extended stay right now, and the little corner of her apartment, I guess there's like a little hole or something there, and that's where all the bats stay, like inside the wall. And yeah, the evening you can see them flying out of the hole and like flying around and everything. I love it. Yeah, I love bats. That's pretty much my favorite animal. It's bats. They're so adorable.
Mine too, besides skunks.
Yeah. I was gonna say I love my Salem.
Yes, he's very cute. Or she, right? She.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So oh no, we got a couple more. Hello guys, hope you have a spooky dream. Always spooky over here. Always.
Yes.
So what before we have a couple more videos, what could you say that out of all the investigations that you've done and everything, what is your craziest experience? Can you tell us that?
I mean, honestly, the story I told you about the Shanley.
Yeah.
The
Just
sleep
the sleep
sleep
paralysis.
paralysis.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me too.
Yeah.
Wow. That's now. Could you say that because you have back problems, you have leg problems, and all that? I'm just thinking as an investigator, like that wasn't inflamed, that wasn't bothering you,
So
or
that happened maybe 2 years prior
okay.
to
So
my
you didn't even
surgery.
have the issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like the stuff you see in movies.
I know. I know. I know. It wasn't.
That's,
It wasn't. I don't necessarily feel like I want that to happen again.
yeah, no, I wouldn't either. No.
And I'm glad it did because I was a personal experience that I got to experience, and that's
Yeah,
what we're. Like I said, that's what we're here for. But it was very unsettling.
yeah. That's the type of the movie. That's the part of the movie where you're like can't move and something's floating above you, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's I don't even know what this. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably leave the room too, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I did. I mean, I didn't know what else to do. My friend was still sleeping. He slept through all of that.
Yeah,
And I was just like, all right, I'm going downstairs with
yeah.
this. Like,
What did your team say? Did you tell your team and everything, or
yeah. I mean, they were like, what the fuck, but I don't remember. It's been quite a few years, so I couldn't even tell you
yeah,
their
okay,
exact Yeah.
All right. We have a couple more videos, and then I have the question of the week.
Hello. Where is he? Where is he?
Above our heads.
You had to fucking fuck with the bat.
I did. I didn't want to fly. Are you recording that whole thing?
We were admiring the cute, adorable bat, and then he flew at our face. All right, let's go.
I don't know where he is now.
I have a little video. It was the cutest. I have a picture of, if you're watching this reel right now, if you go to my profile, there'll be a picture of the cute, adorable brown bat at Midlands Correctional Facility. It's almost...
Speaking of movies, that's like straight Dracula freaking bat coming out.
Yes. So me and my friend Stephanie were downstairs at Mid Orange, and right outside, that was right outside the door to the tunnels there, which are not like the Penhurst tunnels. They're much smaller. And we were like, oh, like there's a bat. Oh my god, look how the bat is so cute. Look at the
Yeah.
sky hamster. I love it. And then all of a sudden, boom, right out of her face. And we're like, ah! It happens more than people who if you're not an investigator and you don't go to these places, you have no idea how often we run, at least in this area. They're all over these places.
Yeah, we were if you're watching, sorry. I don't even know the place of this, but it was like an old asylum back in the day. It was like an old sheriff's building. It was very abandoned, very, very abandoned and falling apart. And yeah, we stuck into the tunnels, and there was literally a bat there. I could literally just pick it up off the wall. It was that close. And I was like, no, I don't have my rabies shot. So that was just staying there on the wall. I was like, oh, my, are you? You're adorable, but
Yeah,
you are not
no
going
one
to
needs
get the
no one
bat.
needs to get bit, by
No,
anything. I admire
no.
them from
Yeah,
afar.
I was like, oh, cool, bat. Yeah, keep walking. All right.
I mean, I'd love to have a little pocket bat,
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. It would come everywhere I go.
Yep, I
All
agree.
right. We have two more.
Two more. I sent you.
It's a far end.
I think there's more than two.
Yeah, there's more than two.
There's a lot. There's more in the back room. There's a lot.
1, 2,
Look at
3,
the sky hamsters.
4
I see a duck.
flying rats.
Hi, sky hamsters. Oh, hi. You're so cute. Oh! I don't know if we're gonna be able to.
I want to put one in my pocket.
Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna
They're testing you. Grab them. Come on.
cute. Just figure it out. See if I can find you. Like a butterfly or something. They're not parrots.
Alright, it's fine.
It's fine. Keep walking then.
It's fine. I'm gonna stay down.
Here he comes.
Yeah, I don't want to get whacked in the head. That's the only thing. I heard.
Wussies.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
Wussies. Yeah, whatever, Joe.
I don't know if I have a bat flying at me too, I'd duck.
That was the third floor of the Mayflower building at Penhurst. That's where I said that you kept hearing, like, so you saw how it kind of
Yeah,
like veered
yeah.
off. There's a hallway that way and a hallway that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's, you have to like dodge them to get through a lot of times, I mean, whatever.
That's what I was going to ask. If I wasn't aware that it was at Penhurst, so it kind of voids this question. But I was going to ask if there's like doors and windows open or anything. But I've been to Penhurst. I know there's many, many open windows.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they the first time I ever went to Penhurst, it was for the haunted house, and I don't know where they park now, but I was back. Like we had to pass, I think it was like the cafeteria area, and they like had a big tunnel, and then you
Mm-hmm.
walk through like the walkway to the administration
Yeah.
building, and there's like a part that goes across from building to building,
Mm-hmm.
and it literally that's the only thing I kept looking at was all the windows because you don't know what's looking at you through the
Oh
windows
yeah.
or
Oh
what's
yeah.
in those buildings. And I've never felt that kind of energy on a property in my life ever.
No.
Like
No,
it
me either.
wasn't even. I've been a haunt actor for 13 years. It's the haunt's not going to scare me. That's not what I was feeling.
No.
You can feel the energy coming off of those buildings, and it was it was
100%.
it was the craziest experience I've ever felt.
Oh yeah,
But
there's something that really draws you to that property. Like you just want to keep going back and back and back. Um, I absolutely love Penhurst. I do. I really do. And the only reason I say mid orange is like possibly beating it or like just neck and neck is because of the amount of activity. And also, mid orange is really cool too. It doesn't have like that same like architectural like, you know, charm
yeah,
that Penhurst does, but the activity is really interesting at Mid Orange. I must say, I think Mid Orange is way more active than Penhurst for me because there's been so many times that I've been to Penhurst and Mid Orange. Also, as we all know, you don't always get anything.
yeah,
I mean, I've investigated the Conjuring House and like nothing all night. Um, and Fort Mifflin. I've done so many locations now I can't even. I have like a book that I try to remember to write everything down because I just forget. I've been to so many places now.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing I liked being up north. Like being here in Florida, you only have so many locations, and
I mean, did
the
you do
more
St. Augustine? Like, did you head
I,
up any of the?
I've been to St. Augustine multiple times. I have not investigated. I mean,
I would love to. I'd love to.
I've walked around with equipment like during like the main road and like all that stuff as like just not like a full blown investigation.
Hmm.
But I mean, there's plenty of places in St. Augustine that you don't have to pay to go
Oh, I'm sure.
investigate. The so the Casa de la Marcos, the fort right there. So the fort's here, like the old town is here, and right across the street there's a whole cemetery of like yellow fever cemetery that people died from the yellow fever.
Mhm.
But if you go right at that cemetery and look right across at the fort, there's a giant mound right there, and it's just a massive grave
Oh wow.
right there outside of the fort. And like I tell people all the time, go to a cemetery, go walk around the main road at 4 in the morning when nobody's there. You
Yeah.
know, there's you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to go investigate somewhere. Just go to that property, go around that property, go to the fort, walk around. There's a whole path around Casa de la Marcos that you can walk around at night.
Oh, that's
You don't
cool.
have to actually be in the fort. Like it's cool to be in the fort and investigate it,
Yeah.
but you get a lot of stuff outside of the fort too. Like you can go to the south side of the fort and see the old bullet holes from where they executed people, like mass. Like I guess it was kind of a mass shooting, but like the fire brigade.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, there's plenty of places there. But I love St. Augustine. I think I love Savannah more than St. Augustine, though.
There's so many places I want to go to. I want to go to. Um,
You got to come down south.
I know, right now because of my situation with
Yeah,
my physical situation, I haven't been traveling like crazy.
yeah,
It's long trips are hard on me, and I will eventually because I want to. I just have to figure it out. I have like this real weird fear of going places that I haven't been before because I'm like, how am I gonna get around? Like I want to go to New Orleans, but like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, is there freaking like Little Rascal rentals on like Bourbon Street? Like, what? you know, like so. I'm trying to figure out this new normal for me and like traveling. But I'll
You gotta
get
go to
there.
Mid-Orange and get your little cart.
I know, I need a car. They were looking for wheelbarrows. It was ridiculous. My friends were so funny. They were like, we're gonna find something to pull you around in.
Hey, at least they're in good spirits about it, you know.
Oh
We
yeah, listen.
can't dwell
If you
on the
don't
bad.
laugh, if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. So
Exactly.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. But you know, you have people like us that support you, and
Oh yeah.
you
No,
know,
everyone's been listen, everyone's been really great. So
yeah. All right, we have one more.
okay.
I don't know if it's the best for last. We'll find out.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I'm afraid.
I don't know. We've had some pretty interesting videos so far. So,
Is my transportation for the day.
oh, we
I
already
want again.
played that one. Never mind. I guess we have. Oh no, this is the
I was
last
that's
one.
why I
Sorry.
said that was
We're
it.
almost done with the
I
videos. I
think we
guess. I
did.
thought we
Yeah.
had one more, but we don't.
I don't think so. I think that was it.
It's like, Christina, does your friend know my cousin, Dr. Bill Finkel?
Oh. Do you know Bill Slevin?
I don't.
He's actually in Florida now. It's my Bill Slevin. He's pretty cool. He's my friend Joe's cousin, but he's from Jersey, but he lives down in Florida. He's an investigator as well.
What part of Florida?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
It's with you.
well, I would love to meet him. I'm over in like Tampa, St. Pete area, kind of the thumb of Florida. That's what I call it.
But I was just in Orlando for a work thing this spring. But other than that, I haven't been to Florida since I was like a little kid, and it wasn't much of a vacation. It was just like 3 days of going to tile convention, which was
Oh,
not very exciting. But I did rent a scooter and wandered around the convention. My job paid for a little like a scooter, so I could down around like the 8 miles of vendors. That was
yeah.
slightly humiliating, but you know.
If you ever get down here, we can definitely get together. I know good handful of locations that we can get into for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to get up there again. I miss Pennsylvania. I want to go see my
To the
friends.
Bash. The
I know.
Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. Now, I was talking about that before. Penner's is amazing. They have great guests and everything. But the Bash in Gettysburg is like a 4 day, like it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I go there on Thursday and it's like a big party all weekend. There's, you know, costume contests, there's karaoke, and everyone hangs out to all hours of the night in the lobby and outside the hotel. And there's a fire pit, and it's just a big
That sounds
party
fun.
all weekend with the convention as well during the day with
Yeah.
vendors, with celebrity, stuff like that too. And it's literally my favorite. And and NJ Power Unity is coming up in November, which is also another great one. I love John and Chris from New Jersey Paranormal. They're great as well. But the Bash is my favorite.
When do they do the bash?
The end of July. I think it's usually like the second to last weekend in July, I think. It was like the 20 something last year. So I have the dates. I'll send them to you. But I really, if you come down for like one convention this year, I mean, Penner's is cool, but it's so crowded. And like if you want to meet some really like crazy celebrities and stuff like that, then Penner's is gonna be your go-to. I mean, they had Josh Gates this past year and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
I
I'm not really big on like meeting all the celebrities, because we've been
Yeah.
doing this for so long. So we've all been around all these people that are like, some of them not Josh, but like some of them are like borderline friends at this point.
Right. Right.
But the bash is just wonderful, and then they usually do like investigations around the area and stuff like that. It's definitely it's a good time. I look forward to it. That's like my vacation every year. I go for like 4 days. That's the extent of the exciting vacation things I've been doing as of recent.
Yeah, I know last year they had like Josh Gates and Cody and
At
Satori.
Penhurst. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Destination Fear or Project Fear now.
Oh, I love Cody and Satori. They're super nice.
Yeah,
They're always at the bash. They've been not always, but they've been at the bash the past few times as well.
I would love to meet them.
Oh yeah, they're super.
Now, before we leave and do the question of the week, I know we're a little over. What do you think is going on at the Conjuring House? Do you think Jason's going to get the Conjuring House, or
All right. So I mean, if anyone's gonna get it, I kind of do hope it's Jason.
me too?
Because he seems to have a good, heart about it, and wanting to keep it affordable for people. Jen and Corey that owned it before the wackadoodle, they were great. That's when I went and investigated there for the night. It was when Jen and Corey, owned it.
Yeah, we've actually
Um,
had Corey on here.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It'd be nice. It'd be nice I don't think he's gonna raise enough money. I mean, we're only at 100 and something. I don't know. I don't know how that, like, the technicalities is gonna work with that. I'm sure he's got lawyers working on it. I don't know enough to really have an opinion on the matter. But I'd rather see Jason get it than Zach Bagans.
Yeah,
you know
me
so
too.
or any of it stay in the hands of the crazy woman. So
No, no. Well,
yeah, so I'd rather see Jason do something with it. That'd
that would
be.
just go from one crazy to the other.
Yeah, yeah, no, but Zach, like, for sure, will turn it into a high priced, crazy,
Oh
juicy
yeah,
shit. Like, he'll capitalize on that. And I mean, like, I don't mean to sit here and talk crap about him, and I shouldn't, because Zach's very successful, but he's a businessman. All right.
yes,
Like, we know he's not getting possessed all the time, and it's all a show, but he's very successful. And as much as I know, like, I don't really watch paranormal shows. Ever since I got into the field myself, I don't really watch those shows, because most of it's bullshit. Because
yeah,
it doesn't happen like that. But
yeah,
again, who wants to watch us doing what we actually do for hours? It's us
right,
sitting in a room in the dark talking to the walls
yeah,
99% of the time. And that's
yeah,
not good, and that's not good TV. So,
right,
Zach is very successful amongst the people who are not in the paranormal field, who don't know any better, because it's entertainment TV. He's a very
yeah,
successful businessman, and that's what he's going to turn the Conjuring House into.
yeah,
I think that, Jason would have a, better respect on, for the investigators and stuff like that. I mean, the Conjuring House was not anything special. It was not, and I didn't have anything happen. Granted, I've only went there once, and we know how that is.
yeah,
Um, but it was cool to at least say I was able to investigate there. You know what I mean? So it'd be nice to see people get a chance to do it themselves, regardless of what they, and then you have these people, and it sucks because I like Matt Rife as a comedian, but that shit show on its own with
no,
the,
no.
the
The Warren House.
yeah, like,
Yeah,
honestly, like, the museum, like, I mean, I have my own opinions on that matter. I kind of think, it's all bullshit anyways. Um a friend of mine was in Nesper for a little while, and I have my own, this is, I don't even want to get into it, because these people just attack you and go crazy if you,
yeah,
like, speak out about it, and I don't have the room in my life for that drama. But Nesper and the Rife and whoever that dude that bought, the other comedian YouTuber that bought the house with him, like, it's all bullshit. I don't think Annabelle's haunted. I really question Ed and Lorraine Warren, to be honest with you, because a lot of it just doesn't add up. There's a lot of inconsistencies. I don't know if you've ever seen Stevie from Truth and Demons podcast. She's done some
yeah,
amazing podcasts, and she's great. I love Stevie. She's good friends with my friend Eric Vital. So, but I just don't want to see that, even though I think the Lawrence Museum shit and everything in it isn't haunted and I don't really believe in it. But I don't want to see that happen to the Conjuring house because it's gonna become a plague on the paranormal community and on locations. I don't want to see these YouTubers buying out these locations, charging all this extra. Like, how are you gonna charge me hundreds of dollars to go live on my Facebook feed? Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna do that? You know, and it's just it needs to stop. Like someone has to put a foot down. And I know you can't stop it. Like, money is money. People are gonna sell to whoever's gonna give them money. And
Yeah.
I don't want to see it go down that route. And I don't think Jason would let that happen, at least to the Conjuring house. So, regardless of how active the Conjuring house really is, and this and that, or the validity of any of the stories around it, I think that I'd like to see it preserved, you know, in that manner.
Right. I just figured I'd get your opinion on that, talking about paranormal wise. I feel the same way, honestly. Like, I've never been up that way, but I know I've talked to Corey and had his experiences while he lived in the house, and everybody has their own opinion on it, I guess. But you know,
I
each
didn't live
way
there. I
yeah,
didn't live there. I stayed there one night, so I can't really form an accurate opinion on
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's the Conjuring House. It's a bucket list for so many investigators like worldwide, and I
yeah,
want it to kind of like stay accessible. You
right.
know?
I feel at this point, like during the movies and all this stuff with, with the lady that we don't talk about, um, yeah, I feel like it's just very, very commercial now. Like everybody knows what this house is now. Before
Mhm.
it was just an old cottage house that unfortunately people had a haunted house. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to. It was just a haunted house, and
Mhm.
James Wan got a hold of it and made some really cool movies about it.
Oh
But
yeah, they're great.
you
They're
know,
great movies. I love the
yeah,
Conjuring movies.
I
You know,
love,
they're just, but that's what they are. They're fictional movies. There's just probably
yeah,
not like not even a 0.1% of any type of accuracy. Um, but that's fine because they're great movies for entertainment.
yeah.
You know, I mean,
But on that note, before we end the show, anybody that's watching this right now, anybody that's watching this after this show on YouTube, on Facebook, anything, and I would love to get your opinion on this, Christina. Um, this is the question of the week. So before you do a solo investigation, which I know all investigators love to do, other than Chelsea, she always bitches about it. But you get a camera and you one piece of equipment. What do you choose? What is your
um,
one piece?
recorder. 100%. I love EVPs. Love it. Way more validating and satisfying than a piece of equipment going off.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds. If you have people in the comments, I will grab my portal. As the same thing as EVPs, I just like hearing them live action right then and
Yeah.
there. But I would either my portal or my spirit box to do the SS method, which is all communications. Um, but if you have a comment, write it down on the comments below. Remember to like and share. Go to Christina's website, Facebook. I don't know. Do you have a YouTube or anything?
I do. I have a YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I don't really do as much with them as I do Facebook. I mainly I'm old.
Yeah,
I like my Facebook. Um but I do. I have if you look my name up, it'll come up on any of those.
awesome. Again, it's Christina Westervelt. Go look at her on Facebook. She's got cool photos and videos that we haven't played tonight. But I want to greatly appreciate you coming in and talking to us and hanging out. I know it's past your
Thanks for,
bedtime.
I know, but thanks for having me. I had fun.
Definitely, I had fun too. We'll talk again soon. We'll get through and have you send me the info for the batch. It sounds really
Yes.
fun.
Yes, highly recommend.
All right. Thank you, Christina. I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Remember, everybody, always stay creepy. See ya.